Good afternoon. I'm now going to call the Wednesday, March 25th, 2028, sixth meeting of the Norfolk County Commissioners to order. Welcome, everyone. We are live and on Zoom today. If you've joined me in saluting the flag,
We'll see you.
appreciate it.
All right. Giant chips.
Pledge allegiance
To the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Thank you. Welcome. I'm going to read the executive order on the no participation and then we'll get started. On March 25th, 2025, Governor Healy signed into law House Bill 62, an act relative to extending certain COVID-19 measures adopted during the state of emergency, which includes a 2-year extension of the option for public bodies to hold remote meetings by suspending certain provisions of the open meeting law. Mass General Law, Chapter 38, Sections 18 to 25. That action was effective immediately, extending the current option for remote participation through June 30th of 2027. I call the meeting to order. I'm going to call the roll. Commissioner Stady.
I am present, sir.
Commissioner Collins.
Here.
Commissioner Shea is here. We have for today.
Do you want to move to number 5, Joe? Because we have the treasurer and Joe, do you already here? We can just recognize them quickly before we go into executive session.
Go for this. They can see.
Absolutely. I think everyone's here, so that'll be good. Good morning, folks. Motion made to take an item out of order. We're going to take item number 5 out of order. Recognition for Joseph Doherty for 40 years of county service.
Make that motion.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
There's a motion. And after we do, Joe, we'll go to executive session. And then we'll complete the regular agenda. So we'll pretty much in line. Welcome all. How are you? Welcome, Joe.
Commissioner?
I can't imagine working anywhere for 40 years, but deserve it.
I didn't think I'd be here for 40 either.
Huh?
Like that.
What?
40.
Who hires you, Danny?
Yeah.
So I'll just say a few words. I mean, I said it the other day, but 40 years of experience and competence, intuition, historical perspective, you can just name it, is going out the door. Gonna leave a major gap. He understands in a more than nuanced way, never mind just the practical approach to the job, how this whole county government comes together. And we know that there's no perfect model when it comes to county government relative to municipalities. So, considering staffing levels and the way we structure county government, particularly from when we're a county back to state, you guys lost the sheriffs. That's when I was working with Joe before that. It's something you can't teach in a class. It's just way too laid, and it's way too complex in terms of how the laws come together with government accounting, but parenthetically county accounting. But more than that, I think he's been kind of, my opinion, just one of those folks that instills confidence. They know who he is. They know how he operates. They know his record. So young Bobby's going to have a big shoes to fill. But we'll just take that day by day. Joe's agreed to stay involved through a very small consulting contract that you guys were so kind to approve, at least for this year. And we keep talking about it because there's going to be many times when that call will have to be made. So, do you guys want to say a few words?
Sure.
Can I just present him with something? So, Joe, I know it doesn't look like much. I thought it was going to be bigger than this. It's a nice money clip with your initials.
Just says your sheriff's bag.
I didn't get that. No one gave me a badge when I left. So I got this down in at their friends in Quincy, the jewelers. Hello, Roger Jewelers.
Yeah.
Jeff. This is silver plated. It's all silver. It's got initials. You don't have a middle initial, do you?
I don't. No.
We had
Old school.
to check birth certificate for that one. But that's a money clip.
Thank you.
It's very nice.
Fixing it with a
But
bill. You're supposed to always, when your wallet put money in it. My mother would say that.
Yeah.
So where's the money? Let's put the money. Oh, it's not.
Oh, it's a
It's not. All
couple bucks in there.
right, there you go. There you
You're
go.
right. That would create any ethics violation.
Couple hundred.
No cash crossing the table.
That's right.
I'll leave it up to you
Yeah,
folks.
retirements are always bittersweet, don't you say it in a way?
Definitely.
They are, because you're saying goodbye to someone. You're saying goodbye to a family. You've been here 40 years. You've met. Think of all the lives you've touched, all the people you've worked with over the years. That's all going to be ending. And on the other hand, it's a good stop for your next phase of your journey. And who knows what that will be? Hopefully, it'll be fun and full of good health and a lot of good memories you'll build there too. But we want to wish you all the best and thank you for all your service.
Thank you, Commissioner. So Joe, when so my dad had been a county commissioner for 28 years, and then I ran for his spot, and I did not win, but I did get in a couple of years later. And my dad was always giving me advice about the county. And since I've been here, we've had 5 new treasurers over the years, and every single treasurer that came in, I would say to them the words that my father said to me, and I've said this to Joe too. Whatever you do, don't mess with Joe Dioria. He knows the place inside and out. He'll make it run, and just keep Joe in there, and everything should be pretty easy. And you have so many people have wonderful confidence in you, Joe, and they trusted you for this job and that department for years and years. And I want to thank you for all those great years. I've been here for almost. I'm working on 32 now, so you've been a great asset to the county. I want to thank you. Thank you, Commissioner.
I've only been here for 10 years. However, because of where it came from, and John Gillis and Franny O'Brien, and a few other people, I knew early on who Joe Doria was, long before I came here. And to work with folks in our system, our retirement system is set up. There's rules. Everyone masters the career employees master the retirement system, and they should know where they stand. Nice. We have some people have made 32 years recently, and probably a few more on the way, and that's the step that everyone looks at, because once you get to be 32, and I don't have to tell you what the age, it's 32 years and 62 or something like that. You go, but not everyone does. You have the rare beard that doesn't really know when they're going to go, and Joe is that rare bird, and he didn't give anything away. I asked him, "Were you ready to go?" He said, "I don't know." And I think it's a great run. It certainly shows you're happy in your work. And I certainly think that it saved the various treasurers. How many treasurers since Joe came here? 7, 60, what year?
Well, actually,
Was it-
6 for you.
Yeah.
I only had
Hall,
5.
Cahill.
Yeah.
Conley, Timothy, number 6.
Right, that's right. You saved you save your boss, the treasurer,
Yeah.
having to come in here and worry.
Treasurers come and go. Joe seems to stay forever. Till today.
Well, we just went through it, and it appears we're excited to work with Rob, and but we want to just wish you every goodwill, Joe, and come on in and see us.
Thank you. I appreciate that.
Thank you, Joe, again. For
I'll be back. Don't worry.
want to say anything?
No, it's been a great run. Thought I had a few extra months. I thought it was staying to December, but things changed. So out a little early, but happy to go. I've been working with Bob in trying to set him on the right path, what it's like working for a county versus, private sector. But and I appreciate it all the 3 of you have done over the years to support me. And look forward to see what happens with the county going forward.
Get any big trip?
We're actually heading to Florida,
I-
the whole family at the end of the late April for a week. But besides that, no big trips.
Cool.
But
Right.
I appreciate it. Thank you very
No,
much.
thank you.
Thank you.
Okay, Joe,
Thanks,
thank
Joe.
you.
All the best to you. Thank you, Joe.
Been a pleasure.
Thank you.
Good luck, Joe. Yeah.
Okay.
Thank you very much. Thank you,
I'll talk to
Michael.
you guys. Thank you very much.
Okay.
Hey, Mike, good seeing you.
Appreciate it.
Thank you.
I gotta go back to
Yeah.
who was taking the minutes.
Hopefully
Phil, Phil,
Yeah.
Phil's got a long time.
Yeah.
Maybe the next, okay. We're gonna have,
I'm going to take the, want me to make the motion on
I
item
do
3, Bill?
on the open,
I'd like to make a motion to go into executive session pursuant to Mass General Law, Chapter 30A, Section 21, subsection A, subsection 3, to discuss strategy with respect to collective bargaining or litigation, if an open meeting may have a detrimental effect on the bargaining or litigating position of the public body, and the chair so declares.
Before a second, could we ask, is there anything you may want to bring up rather than having me
No.
hang around here?
I was just here to
Yeah,
listen
anything.
on the Andy stuff, but if this is a good time for me to leave, I know I don't have
No,
to
you
be
don't
in
have to
executive
leave.
session.
No,
If I
no,
come back in?
No, I just, of course you could.
Okay,
As long
okay.
as it's okay.
Yep,
All right.
I'll come back in.
Okay, I know your schedule works. All right.
Yeah,
Okay,
thank
thank
you.
I'll second the motion.
I'll shut this door.
Okay, thank you. Thank you.
on the motion. Made and seconded, all in favor?
Say aye.
We are in executive session. We will be returning for our regularly meeting back from executive session. Going to now proceed with the rest of the roll call votes. Number 4, minutes of the open session meeting of March 18th, 2026.
Still set now. Yeah, good. Yeah, I move approval of the meeting minutes of March 18th as presented, Mr. Chairman.
Second.
Motion made and seconded, all in favor?
Aye.
Minutes are accepted. Jump now. We did a recognition of Joe Elliott for 30 years of service. Quite an accomplishment. Vote number 6. 6 now. Public comment. Every meeting, we allow the public to come out and speak to us on any item on the agenda, or generally any item. And now is the time to speak, whether you're out in Zoom land, as I say, or you're attended the meeting, or you want to just come in and speak to us about any subject at all. So now is the time, if anyone out there has any subject they'd like to bring up. A comment, public comment. John, do you have any?
No, sir.
Okay. Last call on public comment. Last call on public comment. Thank you. Moving to number 7, old business, we have none. Number 8. Personnel matters for consideration. The first 4 or 5 are in the Norfolk County Agricultural School. Commissioner stated.
Yes, Mr. Chairman, be pleased to move the following for approval. As mentioned, they're all to Norfolk County Agricultural High School, and they're all for contingent employment. So I move the following with one motion. Move contingent employment for Liam James, for Benjamin O'Brien, Gabriel Sullivan, and Jeffrey Lefloom as student labor at the rate stated, and the date are all the same, 3/26/26. So moved.
Second.
Motion made and seconded. All in favor?
Aye.
It is a vote. 4 positions. Next, Wallaston Recreation Facility.
Yes, Mr. Chairman, we have 2 different ones. I'm going to make one motion for the rehires and one for contingent employment. I'll move for approval of notice of rehire, Adelie Crowley, James Fitzroy, Michael O'Neill, Anthony Gonsalvo, and Stephen Luke as seasonal golf associates at the rate stated, and the date of the appointment is from ranges, 3/26/26 to 3/30/26. So moved.
Second.
Motion made and seconded. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye, motion is adopted.
We also have, I'll move approval for the notice of contingent employment for Joseph Cross as a seasonal golf associate at the rate stated, and effective date for him is April 1/26. So moved.
Second.
Motion made and seconded. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye, it is a vote. Thank you.
Uh,
And there's one more.
I guess we'll move for March service milestones. We want to recognize Joanne Kelly of the Registry of Deeds for 10 years of service, and William Spader in the Maintenance Department for 15 years of service. Duly noted for our record. Okay.
Motion made and seconded to recognize Joanne M. Kelly for her 10 years of service at the Registry of Deeds. Also for the William Spader for 15 years of service in the Maintenance Department. All in favor?
Aye.
Is the vote. Payroll express warrants for
Right.
approval.
Mr. Chairman, if you wish, I'll make the motion for the warrant list of 32526. Start with first the payroll of the county, 26-38, the sum, $145,546.22. So moved.
Second.
Motion made and seconded. All in favor?
Aye. I move approval of the expense for the county of line 03-0426, the sum, $259,238.92. So moved.
Second.
Motion made and seconded. All in favor?
Aye. At the school, I move for the expense. Yeah, typo. Expense for the school, line 26-09A, and the sum $113,826.62. So moved.
Second.
Motion made and seconded. All in favor?
Aye.
It is a vote.
And the last item, Mr. Chairman, for the debt service, line 26-7, move the sum $38,515.63. So moved.
Second.
Motion made and seconded. All in favor?
Aye.
It is a vote.
That concludes
Thank
that,
you.
Mr. Chairman. That's the warrant list for this meeting.
Okay, number 10. Memorandum of agreement between the cities, towns, and police departments of Quincy, Weymouth, and Norfolk County for the 2025 Edward Byrne Justice Assistant Grant. It's the program we participated in before.
That's right, each year.
And it goes, for any particular reasons, the same two departments?
These are the cities that are affected statistically
Mostly.
and are most eligible for this
That's what I
grant.
thought. I wanna get that right. Any questions, commissioners?
Randolph didn't,
They didn't make the cut.
because they made the cut before, right?
Yeah,
They
so
were
we
always,
gave it to them, yeah.
yeah, they were regulars, but
This one's a little more.
Interesting.
This is nice.
So Quincy and Weymouth.
That's right.
We need to move approval.
Please, thank you.
Yeah, I move, do you want to move it? Move approval of the memorandum of understanding between the city of Quincy and Weymouth in Norfolk County in relation to the Edward Byrne Memorial Justice Assistant Grant. This grant is the amount of $38,235 for Quincy, $15,369 for Weymouth. Total grant, including administrative fee, is for $54,604. This agreement is effective, I believe, this date, and I will make that motion. So moved.
Second.
Motion made and seconded. All in favor?
Aye.
Okay, well, that's, yes, that's good.
Okay.
Moving right along here. Get my finger on the page. Okay. Here we go. Number 11. Proclamation declaring April 30th as National Therapy Annual Day. There are 3 or 4 of these on today. Let's look at the National Therapy one. The first one, I think. Oh, that's the grant.
Yep, right there.
Okay, dated March 35th. Richard, if you want to read the resolution.
Did we sign this yet? We didn't sign it yet, did we? Is there one for us to officially sign?
You did.
We already signed.
Richard has not
I
signed.
didn't sign it. Okay. All right, I'll sign after I read it. Mr. Chairman, as requested, I'll be happy to move the proclamation of March 25th for National Therapy Animal Day. So here's the proclamation. Whereas there are thousands of pet partners, therapy animal teams serving in communities across the United States, and whereas Pet Partners has designated April 30 as National Therapy Animal Day, and whereas scientific research shows that interacting with therapy animals can reduce stress relieve depression, slow heart rate, lower blood pressure, and strengthen the immune system. And whereas therapy animal teams in the town of Needham play an essential role in improving health and well-being through the human-animal bond, and whereas therapy animal teams interact with a variety of people in our community, including veterans, seniors, patients, students, and those approaching end of life, and whereas those exceptional therapy animals who partner with their human companions, bring comfort and healing to those in need, and whereas we encourage more pet owners to consider becoming pet partners, volunteers to help our community by creating greater access to meaningful animal therapy visits. Now, therefore, we, the Norfolk County Commissioners, do hereby proclaim April 30, 2000.
26.
Oh, is a typo.
Yes, we got it.
Okay, as National Therapy Animal Day in the County of Norfolk, and encourage our citizens to celebrate our therapy animals and their human handlers. Further, we publicly salute the service of animal therapy teams in our community and in communities across the nation. And it's signed effective this date by the county. So moved, I guess.
Second.
Motion made and seconded
All right.
to approve the resolution proclaiming National Therapy Annual Day in Norfolk County. All in favor? Aye. That's done. There's one. Next one. Proclamation declaring March 29th,
I defer to
2026
read that one.
as
This
Education
is fine.
and Sharing Day in Norfolk County. I think it says 26.
Wait, that's not the right one? Hold on. Wait,
It's
I'm
a-
sorry.
Yeah, you signed them both.
No, I didn't. This is the National Animal. Okay, wait a minute.
All right.
Correct the typo. That's why.
Okay, the
Right.
next
I
is,
did.
wait
Yeah.
a minute. So, yeah, so now I'm doing the sharing day. The last one's a pet.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
Okay.
Did I do that right? Yeah.
All right. So,
Education Sharing Day.
right. Okay, so I'd like to make a motion to move forward the resolution proclaiming Education and Sharing Day in Norfolk County. Whereas education, the cornerstone of a strong and free society, determines what we know and shapes who we are. In that light, education is more than the mere transmission of facts and figures. Rather, it must prepare children for a life of responsibility and purpose, forming and strengthening their moral character. And whereas a global spiritual leader, leading advocate for the advancement of education, the Rabbi Menachem M. Schneerson of righteous memory, stressed that a moral and ethical education empowers every individual to realize their full potential and make the world a better place. Such an education can nurture the unity of diverse peoples through encouraging increased acts of goodness and kindness, viewed with the awareness that even a single positive act of an individual can change the world and usher in an era of global peace. And whereas March 29th, 2026 will mark 124 years since the Rebbe's birth, from childhood he envisioned a world of peace and tranquility for all, and advanced the sacred responsibilities for and ethical values known as the 7 Noahide laws that have formed the bedrock of society since the dawn of civilization. To honor the creator, respect life, reject violence, act honestly, value family, promote generosity, and build a just and moral society. And whereas Education and Sharing Day is observed each year on the Rebbe's birthday in recognition of his outstanding and lasting contributions toward the improvement of education, morality, and acts of charity around the world, a day to pause and reflect on our responsibility to ensure our youth have the foundation necessary to lead lives rich in purpose and fulfillment through service and good works. Now, therefore, we, the Norfolk County Commissioners, do hereby proclaim Sunday, March 29th, 2026, to be Education and Sharing Day in Norfolk County. We call upon government officials, educators, volunteers, and citizens to reach out to those within your communities and work to create a better, brighter, and more hopeful future for all. Approve this 25th day of March 2026. So moved.
Second, as presented.
Motion made and seconded. In order to designate March 20th, 2026 as Education and Sharing Day in Norfolk County. Motion made and seconded. All in favor?
Aye.
That is a motion. Next. 11, report from the procurement department, bid openings and contract awards. We have one. Maureen, come on in.
You could, sure, haven't we? Good contract?
Yes. You got the paper. Okay, I think we have one.
So the first one is for groundskeeping equipment at the golf course, 2 pieces of equipment, and this will be a 5-year lease for that equipment.
Okay.
Through PNC Bank.
Can you recommend us to sign this?
Pardon?
Can you recommend that we sign it?
Yes.
Tim, if you wish, I'll be happy to move the approval of the lease for the church products. Is that what it is? The quoted church products at the company?
Mhm.
Okay.
Yes. Mhm.
And it's for the submitted lease for a Sand Pro 2040Z and a Ventrac flail mower for 5 years in accordance with the state bids and an annual payment of $5,643 for a 5-year period. Total lease price $28,215. So moved.
Second.
Motion made and second to approve the contract
Yep.
for the 5-year lease to President's Golf Course maintenance machinery at Wollaston Recreation Facility with PNC Bank lease for $117,000.
No, that's the contract number, Joe.
I'm sorry, contract number available if you want us. Motion made and seconded. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye, it is passed. Next,
The next one is, we've gone out to procure engineering services to design and oversee construction on the parking lot behind Dedham District Court. Came up with a very nice vendor named Parr, who will be willing to oversee and quickly move the schematic design along for this project.
motion please.
Yeah, what are they doing? Where are you going?
Mr. Chairman.
This is the okay, go ahead, John. You explain.
Through Mr. Chair. So commissioners, as you know, earlier this year, you approved and the advisory board approved a sum of money to repave the lot across the street behind District Court. In order to achieve adequate oversight in engineering and design for that work, which is going to be quite substantial, Maureen and her team put out to bid the need for these services. This was the low bid and was also competitively scored. This firm will work with the county to ensure that the scope of work that we design and put out to bid for the ultimate paving will be done professionally through engineering assessment and with all nod, if you will, towards potential permits required by the town of Dedham to achieve the ultimate goal of repaving and lighting that lot. One thing I want to alert the commissioners for is we're hoping that this particular vendor will give us a relatively quick idea of the value of the cost of doing this project. I believe we supplemented this project at about, was it 350,000? This contract, as you can see, is about 55. So right off the top, a substantial amount of the projected cost will be put towards study and design. We will ask this firm right out of the gate if whether or not the remaining balance of funds might be sufficient for our competitive bid for this when it goes out, hopefully in about a month and a half. In the event that that early sign is that it's too tight, we'll come back to you in the next couple of weeks and potentially ask you to augment the contract so that we can secure the services when they're ultimately bid. Okay.
What's the time frame on it?
I believe they're looking at about 4 to 6 weeks for the completion of their product and get it ready for bid.
So we're going to lose that parking lot, obviously, when they're doing the work, right? It's cut down.
For some time.
Yeah, so we'll have to make sure people know and get to notice.
I've already instructed the facilities to make sure all abutters, and that is property owners as well as employees of the courts, understand what we're going to be doing and when we're doing it. That's right.
So it's possible we might not start till summer.
That's right. I was just going to say that. That's what we were thinking.
Yeah, that might be a good time. And then also one last question, if I may. What's the time frame to finish it? Like, would it be done during the summer?
We don't know yet. If I had to guess, Richard, I'd say a couple of weeks. we'll get to go. We also, as noted in, I think what Maureen put forward to you, we also are looking to redesign the lighting for the lot because right now we have that one eye in the
That's
sky
right.
that's
Yeah.
that may or may not be the right way to do it.
Mhm.
We're looking to improve the lighting by putting in light standards that mimic what you see out on the street, architecturally interesting, but downcasting lights so it doesn't embarrass the abutters, and that'll be to their delight. So that adds a kind of component to the back end. I've talked to Chick about the installation of lighting. He believes he can do the work as a licensed electrician. But when we get to it, we'll see if we can both save money and save time. So I don't know if I can give you a definitive timeline. Learn more once the study's completed.
Just as an aside, it's just it wouldn't be a bad idea to let the town of Dedham know too. Once you do lighting, it's always sometimes.
We'll have to go through permitting.
Okay, you will.
Oh,
Okay. Okay. So that's good. That's good.
Well, certainly to their benefit. We don't ever
Yeah.
say no to the town of Devon.
No, I wasn't saying about that. I meant
It's been a
if you start putting lighting,
Yeah, okay.
you change the lighting, there are butters that are going to say, how did that happen? So you want to make sure they're already aware of it, and then you're going to be.
Patrick is overseeing this, so
He's not.
He's
The
not.
facility directors. Patrick is advising.
Okay.
Patrick's surviving the facility. I'm sorry.
Yes.
Okay.
Good.
You've got to do it. It needs it. No?
Oh,
There
yeah.
was one hole there that even if I fell in, you'd have to go looking for it.
Facility's just patched it and it's holding up.
It has
pretty good.
patched, but
Good. So I'll be happy to move to award the contract to PAR Corporation to provide engineering services, as outlined in this proposal, for the parking lot reconstruction project behind the Dam Court. And the proposal fee for the services is not to exceed $55,600. So
motion made and seconded. Have favor? Aye. Thank you.
you're welcome. That's good.
Okay. Moving right along. Thank you, Maureen.
Thank you very much.
All right, thank you.
And I assume we're going to park behind the registry gates.
More than once.
Oops, it's right there. It's good. Number 14, report of the county director.
Thank you, Commissioner. Just several items. First, a week from today, I hope to have before you a proposed balanced budget for the FY27 fiscal year. As you know, we are waiting the final vote of the trustees on the FY27 school budget, which I believe is intended to occur this coming Friday. So if all things go according to plan, next week I will have the 27 budget before you for your consideration. Speaking of the Aggie vote, just to remind the commissioners / trustees and those listening, there'll be I believe it's virtual only meeting of the Aggie trustees this Friday at 8:30 to consider a vote on the proposed FY27 school budget. Just a reminder that we're waiting, today is the last day to receive supplemental transfer requests for the year ending fiscal year 27. That information was sent out, requested by Phil Iantosca, so department should respond to him by the close of business today. And then finally, I hope we can pull this off. I've asked Bill to pull up just 3 pictures that were sent to me earlier this week by Chick Cushing that I hope will give the commissioners a quick peek into the basement of the clubhouse in Quincy at the Wallison Recreational Facility. Back in January, during an off golf season meeting with Carl and his staff, we walked around the property and we collectively understood that the lower level needed dramatic improvements. This first view is the switchgear room in the basement. When we were there, you could not walk in that room. There was a lot of storage in there, file cabinets, the rear area where that switchgear is, which should be remain clear of any kind of material, was overrun with storage material. Furthermore, overhead, there was quite a lot of old, in some cases retired wiring, holes in the wall and so forth. So over the last 2 months, your painter, carpenter, and electrician have put in a lot of work to bring this particular space to what it appears now, which is remarkable. I'll note the floor is now a gray epoxy, which is safer and cleaner. Bill, if you just show them the next page, I think you'll get a different view of this room. And then finally, one of the hallway. This area is not well traveled by the public unless you're going in and out of the clubhouse rooms. But adjoining this room is the food storage area and some of the administrative offices. So it's an area that mainly employees and others frequent. but it's beyond the public view. So they did a great job.
Did Bill get you to change the?
I think he did.
All right.
Bill has
I'm
slow
looking at
fingers, so
you're talking, and I'm like,
I'm going to guess he flips it any second now because he hasn't spoken to us.
all right.
But I wanted to just take this moment to give you a view. I spoke to Commissioner Commissioner Shea about perhaps having a commissioners meeting up at the clubhouse this spring to recognize not just this work, but also the completion of the tennis court work that you funded. It'd be a great time of the year to get up to the course,
Yeah.
say hello to the golfers, have a public meeting, and get to see the work that was done. This is the main hallway. Again, just note the work that was done to clean this area up. It is, I wish we had before pictures. We're not here to embarrass anyone, but it was quite a transformation. It was all done with county labor. So we want to thank all those that contributed to this off season so that as Carl and his people have begun the season this week, they can do so with a much cleaner, brighter, because there's new lighting in there as well, space for everybody. So nice job. That's all. Just wanted to call that out. Thank you, Mr. Chairman. That's all I have.
Thank
today.
you. Okay.
Excellent.
Moving right along, before we adjourn, I have some unfortunate news.
Yeah.
A great member of our Norfolk County family, Dennis Frame, Dennis Charles Frame, town administrator, town of Bellingham, passed away on March 17th, 2026, after a hard-fought battle with cancer. Dennis enlisted the U.S. Air Force, where he served as captain before finding his true calling in public administration. He proudly served the town of Bellingham for nearly 38 years, beginning as town manager in 1987 and later as town administrator. Dennis truly enjoyed his job in the community he served, even returning on a part-time basis after recovering from a life-threatening illness in 2023. The county commissioners extend their benefit condolences to Dennis's family and friends, as well as the community of Bellingham, and adjourn in his memory today. I might want to remind everyone that John and Bill worked along with us, with Dennis, and he'd be diligent every time we had a matter with the town of Plainville. So we got to know Dennis pretty good.
Bellingham.
I'm sorry,
Bellingham. Right?
town of Bellingham.
Yeah.
And I did know it was Bellingham.
Yeah.
We got to know him a little more in the last 15 months than we had before. But again, you're looking at longtime people, 38 years and 30.
Mr. Johnson, really a pleasure.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, you can tell. And I'd like to adjourn this memory today in honor of Dennis.
With that somber note, I would move that we adjourn the meeting at 2:12.
Second.
He made and seconded. Thank you very much. This meeting is all in favor?
Yes.
This meeting is adjourned. Thank you very much.